Tonight, before you try once more to close your eyes, I want you to know something very gently. You do not have to carry tonight alone. Perhaps fear has followed you into bed again. Perhaps you have spent another evening trying to distract yourself, trying to stay busy, trying not to think too much. But now the house is quiet, the lights are dim, the noise of the day has faded, and somehow the worries feel louder. Maybe you have been thinking about your health, about changes in your body that remind you time is moving forward, about doctor's appointments, test results, aches that seem to linger longer than they once did. Perhaps you have wondered what the years ahead might hold. Or maybe your thoughts have drifted toward finances, toward retirement, toward bills, toward questions that seem impossible to answer tonight. Will there be enough? Will I be okay? Will I always be able to take care of myself? And perhaps there is another fear resting quietly beneath all the others. The fear of being alone, the fear of needing help someday, the fear of feeling forgotten. Maybe you have smiled through the day. Maybe you have told others that everything is fine. Maybe you have become very good at carrying heavy things without letting anyone notice. But tonight your heart is tired, truly tired. Tired of worrying, tired of being strong, tired of carrying fears that no one else can see. And perhaps tonight your soul simply needs permission to rest. So take a slow breath, and then another. Let your shoulders relax. You do not need to solve tomorrow tonight. You do not need to prepare for every possibility. You do not need to have every answer. Because God is already awake. God is already near. God is already standing inside the tomorrow that worries you. And He is not afraid. He is not anxious. He is not uncertain. He is holding what feels too heavy for your hands tonight. God sees every hidden tear. God understands what nobody else sees. He knows the fears you never speak aloud. He knows the burdens you have carried for years. He knows the exhaustion behind the words. I'm okay. I'm managing. I'm fine. And tonight, He invites you to stop carrying everything by yourself. Not because your fears are small, but because His love is greater. His presence is stronger. His peace is deeper. Tonight is not about fighting fear. Tonight is about surrendering fear. Before sleep comes peace, and before peace comes surrender. So for these next few moments, simply allow yourself to breathe. Allow yourself to be comforted. Allow yourself to be cared for, because you are not alone tonight. God is here, and I am staying with you. Together, we are going to place every fear into His loving hands. Rest now. You have done enough for today. You are safe. You are loved. And tonight, you do not have to carry tomorrow anymore. There is something about the nighttime that reveals what we spend the day trying to hide. During the day, we stay occupied. There are errands to run, things to organize, responsibilities to manage, small conversations, television programs, phone calls, routines that help us move forward. But when the evening grows quiet, the heart often begins to speak, and sometimes it speaks through worry, through sadness, through fears that have quietly followed us for many years. Perhaps you know what that feels like. Perhaps you have been carrying concerns that no one else truly understands. You may have watched your body change in ways you never expected. You may notice your energy is not what it once was. Tasks that used to feel effortless now require more time, more rest, more patience. And perhaps there are moments when you wonder if anyone notices the courage it takes simply to keep moving forward. God notices. He sees every unseen struggle. He sees the strength it takes to get out of bed on difficult days. He sees the brave face you put on when others ask how you are doing. He sees the worries hidden behind your smile, the fears hidden behind your silence, the tears you never allowed anyone else to witness. God sees every hidden tear. God understands what nobody else sees. Perhaps there is grief in your heart tonight, a person you deeply miss, someone whose absence still feels impossible to fully accept, a husband, a wife, a parent, a friend, someone who once shared your days and filled your home with warmth. Now there may be empty spaces, quiet rooms, memories that appear unexpectedly, a familiar song, an old photograph, a voice you still remember clearly. And in those moments, loneliness can feel overwhelming. Perhaps there are worries about finances, questions about retirement, concerns about rising costs. thoughts about whether what you have will truly be enough. Or perhaps there is a deeper fear, the fear of losing independence, the fear of needing others after spending a lifetime caring for everyone else, the fear of becoming a burden. These fears are real, and God does not dismiss them. He does not tell you to simply stop feeling afraid. Instead, He draws close. He sits beside weary hearts. He remains near anxious minds. He comforts those who feel forgotten. He stays with those who feel alone. God has never abandoned you, not in your younger years, not in seasons of joy, not in seasons of loss, and certainly not tonight. Even now, in this quiet moment, His presence surrounds you. His love has not diminished. His care has not faded. His faithfulness has not changed. Take another slow breath. Allow yourself to rest for a moment in this truth. You do not have to pretend to be strong tonight. You do not have to hide your fears. You do not have to carry every burden by yourself, because God is near tonight, closer than your worries, closer than your fears, closer than the loneliness you sometimes feel. And He is gently reminding your heart that you are still precious, still valued, still remembered, still deeply loved. You are not alone tonight. You are held in His care, and little by little, peace is beginning to find its way back into your heart. Fear often grows quietly. It does not always arrive suddenly. Sometimes it appears little by little. A doctor's appointment, a new medication, an unexpected expense, a phone call that changes everything, a sleepless night that turns into many sleepless nights, and before we realize it, fear begins sitting beside us, following us through the day, whispering to us at night. Perhaps tonight there are fears living inside your heart that no one else knows about. The fear of illness, the fear of hearing words you never wanted to hear, the fear of test results, the fear that your body may continue changing in ways you cannot control. Perhaps there are days when pain reminds you that life is different now. Days when you wonder if you will have the strength for whatever lies ahead. And perhaps another fear quietly follows behind it. The fear of finances, the fear that savings may not stretch as far as they once seemed. The concern over rising prices, medical bills, unexpected repairs, unplanned expenses, the unsettling feeling of uncertainty. You may have spent years working hard, saving carefully, planning responsibly, yet anxiety still whispers. What if it isn't enough? What if something unexpected happens? What if I cannot manage on my own? And perhaps beneath these worries rests another burden, loneliness, the kind that settles into empty rooms, the kind that arrives when evening comes, the kind that reminds you that life has changed. Perhaps children live far away now. Perhaps schedules have become busy. Perhaps phone calls happen less often. Perhaps there are moments when you feel forgotten. Moments when you wonder if anyone truly sees the weight you carry. Then there is the fear of aging itself, watching the years move forward, noticing changes, feeling less certain about the future, wondering what the next chapter of life may look like, wondering if independence will remain, wondering who will be there someday. These fears are deeply human. They do not make you weak. They do not make you faithless. They simply remind us that we were never created to carry life entirely by ourselves, because fear grows in silence. But fear begins to lose its power when it is brought into the presence of God. Fear weakens when it is spoken honestly, when it is surrendered, when it is placed into hands stronger than our own. And tonight, perhaps this is your invitation to stop pretending you are not tired, to stop pretending you are not afraid, to stop believing that you must always be the strong one. God already knows. He knows every concern, every restless thought, every hidden tear, every unanswered question. God understands what nobody else sees, and He is not disappointed by your fears. He is inviting you to bring them closer, not to carry them longer, but to release them, to let Him hold what feels too heavy. Take a slow breath, and another. You do not have to solve every problem tonight. You do not have to figure out your future before you sleep. You only need to rest, because God is bigger than every fear, bigger than illness, bigger than uncertainty, bigger than loneliness, bigger than tomorrow. And tonight, little by little, fear can begin to loosen its grip, because truth is stronger than fear, and truth begins with remembering who is holding you. God is near tonight. You are safe. You are loved, and you do not have to carry tomorrow anymore. And perhaps now, as your breathing becomes slower and your heart feels a little less burdened, this is a gentle moment to remember what God has always spoken over fearful hearts, because long before this night arrived, God already knew there would be evenings when worry would feel overwhelming. He knew there would be moments when sleep would seem far away, moments when questions would remain unanswered, moments when fear would sit quietly beside your bed and whisper its troubling thoughts. Yet even then, God prepared promises for nights exactly like this. Promises meant to calm anxious hearts, promises meant to steady weary souls, promises meant to remind you that you have never been alone. Listen to these words as though God is speaking them softly to your heart tonight. Do not fear, for I am with you. Not someday, not only when life feels easy, but now, tonight, in this room, in this moment, God is with you. Even if fear is present, even if uncertainty remains, even if tomorrow feels unclear, you are not walking through this season by yourself. And then there is this beautiful invitation: cast all your anxiety upon Him, because He cares for you. Not some of your worries, not only the small concerns, but all of them, the fears about your health, the fears about finances, the fears about aging, the fears about loneliness, the fears you have never spoken aloud. God is inviting you to place them into His hands, because He cares deeply, tenderly, personally. He cares about what keeps you awake. He cares about what makes your heart ache. He cares about every hidden tear. God understands what nobody else sees, and He is not asking you to carry what He is willing to hold for you. Then comes another promise. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. A shepherd guides, a shepherd protects, a shepherd watches through the night. A shepherd never abandons those in His care. And tonight, God is your shepherd. He is watching over you, protecting you, leading you, providing for you, even when you cannot see the path ahead, even when the future feels uncertain, even when fear tries to convince you that you are alone. You are not alone. God is near tonight. And there is another promise that feels especially comforting. As bedtime draws near, He gives sleep to His beloved. Sleep is not something you must earn. It is not something you must force. It is a gift, a loving gift from a faithful Father, a gift for weary hearts, a gift for anxious minds, a gift for souls that have carried too much for too long. And perhaps tonight you need to hear these words more than ever. Even in old age, I am He, and I will sustain you. What a beautiful promise. God does not stop caring for us as the years pass. He does not become distant. He does not grow tired. He remains faithful. He sustains. He strengthens. He comforts. He carries. Take a slow breath and ask yourself gently, what fear are you carrying tonight? Can you imagine placing it into God's hands? Can you allow Him to hold what has felt too heavy for your heart? You do not have to carry it anymore, because God is bigger than every fear, bigger than illness, bigger than uncertainty, bigger than financial worries, bigger than loneliness. And now, perhaps your heart is ready to do something beautiful. Not simply listen, but pray. Not from a place of strength, but from a place of surrender, because tonight is not about striving. Tonight is about resting in the care of the One who has never left your side. Lord, tonight I come before you with an honest heart. I come without pretending, without trying to appear stronger than I feel, without hiding the fears that have followed me into this quiet night. You already know them. You know the thoughts that keep circling in my mind. You know the worries that return as soon as the house becomes silent. You know the concerns I carry about my health, my future, my family, my finances. You know the fears I have tried to push aside during the day, only to find them waiting for me again when darkness comes. Lord, I am tired of overthinking, tired of imagining worst-case scenarios, tired of trying to control things that are beyond my control, tired of carrying tomorrow before tomorrow even arrives. And tonight, I no longer want to carry these burdens alone. You have invited me to bring every anxiety to you. So tonight, that is exactly what I am doing. I surrender my worries. I surrender my future. I surrender my fears. I surrender tonight Lord, I confess that sometimes fear feels stronger than my faith. Sometimes I wonder what lies ahead. Sometimes I wonder if I will be able to handle whatever comes next. Sometimes I worry about bad news, about unexpected changes, about things I cannot predict. But you already stand inside tomorrow. You are already there. Nothing surprises you. Nothing catches you off guard. No diagnosis is bigger than you. No uncertainty is bigger than you. No financial concern is bigger than you. No lonely season is beyond your reach. God is bigger than every fear. And tonight I choose to believe that even if my faith feels small, even if my heart still feels fragile, even if anxiety continues trying to whisper its stories, I choose to trust that your voice is greater. Lord, quiet every racing thought. Calm every anxious place within me. Slow my breathing. Ease the tension in my body. Relax the tightness in my chest. Help my mind stop rehearsing tomorrow. Help my heart stop carrying things that belong in your hands. Teach me how to rest. Teach me how to let go. Teach me how to trust you one moment at a time. Remind me that I do not need every answer tonight. I do not need to know exactly what the future holds. I only need to know that you are there. And you have always been there. Through every difficult season, through every disappointment, through every sleepless night, through every prayer whispered in tears. You never left. You stayed, faithfully, patiently, lovingly. God understands what nobody else sees. He sees every hidden tear. He sees every burden. He sees every fear that lives quietly inside the heart. And tonight he gently says, you do not have to carry this anymore. So Lord, I place my anxious thoughts into your hands. I place my worries into your hands. I place my future into your hands. And I choose peace, not because everything is solved, but because you are holding what I cannot hold. Take a slow breath, and another. You are safe. You are loved. You are held in his care. God is near tonight, and little by little, your heart can begin to rest, because tonight is for surrender. Tonight is for healing. Tonight is for peace. Lord, some fears come from uncertainty, but others come from loneliness, and loneliness can feel especially heavy at night. During the day, there are distractions, things to do, places to go, small tasks that occupy the mind. But when evening settles in and the world becomes quiet, the heart begins to notice what is missing. Perhaps tonight the silence feels louder than usual. Perhaps there was a time when this home was filled with conversation, with laughter, with footsteps moving through the hallway, with someone asking how your day was. Perhaps there was a familiar voice that once brought comfort at the end of every evening. And now there is quiet, an empty chair, an empty room, a space in your life that can never truly be replaced. Lord, you understand this kind of pain. You understand the ache of widowhood. You understand what it means to miss someone deeply. You understand the tears that arrive unexpectedly, the memories that surface without warning. A photograph, a birthday, a holiday, a favorite meal. Small moments that remind us of someone we still carry inside our hearts. And perhaps loneliness does not only come from loss. Perhaps it comes from feeling forgotten, feeling unseen, feeling as though life has changed and the world keeps moving forward without noticing your struggle. Perhaps your children live far away. Perhaps they are busy. Perhaps the phone rings less often now. Perhaps there are days when you wish someone would simply ask, how are you really doing? Lord, tonight, remind me that even when people are absent, you are present. Even when rooms feel empty, you remain near. Even when the night feels long, you stay beside me. Sit with me in the quiet tonight. Stay with me in the stillness. Fill this room with your peace. Fill this space with your presence. Remind me that I am not forgotten. Remind me that I still matter. Remind me that I am deeply loved, not because of what I do, not because of what I can provide, not because of how many people call, but because I belong to you, and your love never changes. Lord, help me remember that my story is not over. There are still beautiful moments ahead, still blessings I have not yet seen, still joy waiting to be discovered, still hope, still purpose, still reasons to wake up tomorrow. Even in this season, even in this chapter of life, even after loss, even after disappointment, because where you are present, I hope still lives. And where hope lives, loneliness begins to lose its power. God understands what nobody else sees. God sees every hidden tear. God knows every quiet ache inside the heart. And He is not far away tonight. He is near, closer than your fears, closer than your sadness, closer than the silence around you. Take a slow breath. Let your shoulders relax. Let your heart rest for a moment. You are not forgotten. You are not abandoned. You are not walking through this night alone. God is staying beside you. He is surrounding you with His love. And even in the quiet, you are being held. You are safe. You are loved. You are cherished. And tonight, the room is not empty, because God is here. And where God is present, healing can begin. And where God is present, healing can begin. Not always in the way we expect, not always as quickly as we hope, but healing still comes. Sometimes healing is strength for another day. Sometimes healing is courage to face another appointment. Sometimes healing is finding peace in the middle of uncertainty. And sometimes healing is simply discovering that our hearts no longer have to carry fear alone. Lord, tonight, You know every place within me that feels weary. You know every ache, every pain, every limitation, every moment when my body has reminded me that I am growing older. You know the concerns that rise before medical visits, the thoughts that appear while waiting for results, the fears that surface when symptoms linger longer than expected. You know the questions I rarely say aloud. Will my health continue to change? Will I lose my independence? Will I have enough strength for the years ahead? Lord, You understand these fears completely. You understand what it means to feel vulnerable. You understand what it means to feel uncertain. And you never turn away from fearful hearts. You draw closer. You comfort. You strengthen. You remind us that our value has never depended upon perfect health. Our worth has never depended upon how much we can accomplish. We are precious because we belong to You, loved, chosen, known, completely. Lord, touch every aching place tonight. Touch every place where anxiety has settled. Touch every wound that still feels tender. Touch every memory that still carries pain. Bring comfort where there has been grief. Bring hope where discouragement has taken root. Bring light where fear has lived for too long. Strengthen weary bodies. Renew tired minds. Refresh exhausted spirits. Carry those who feel weak. Lift those who feel overwhelmed. Hold those who feel fragile. Lord, there are disappointments I still carry, prayers that seemed unanswered, dreams that unfolded differently than I imagined, moments I still do not understand. But tonight, I choose to trust that You remain faithful, even when I do not understand, even when healing feels slow, even when answers do not come immediately, because Your presence itself is healing. Your peace heals anxious hearts. Your love heals lonely places. Your nearness heals weary souls. You remind me that I do not have to be afraid. I do not have to know everything. I do not have to predict tomorrow. I only need to rest in Your care. God understands what nobody else sees. God sees every hidden tear. God knows every concern hidden deep inside the heart, and He is not discouraged by our weakness. He meets us there with tenderness, with compassion, with mercy. Take a slow breath and allow yourself to receive that mercy. Allow yourself to receive comfort. Allow yourself to receive peace. Healing may not always happen instantly, but God's presence always heals the soul. And perhaps tonight, even if circumstances have not changed, something inside your heart is beginning to soften. Fear is becoming quieter. Breathing is becoming slower. Hope is beginning to return, because you are not carrying this journey alone. God is near tonight. God is holding you tonight. And little by little, He is teaching your heart how to rest again. And perhaps now, after carrying so much for so many years, this can become a holy moment of surrender. Not because every problem has disappeared, not because every question has been answered, but because you no longer have to carry these burdens by yourself. For a long time, you have been strong. You have cared for others. You have shown up when people needed you. You have endured losses, You have adapted to changes you never expected. You have kept moving forward even when your heart was tired. And tonight, God gently whispers, you do not have to carry it anymore. Imagine for a moment placing your fears into His hands, slowly, without pressure, without rushing, simply releasing them. Give Him your concerns about your health, the appointments, the medications, the uncertainty, the questions about the future, the fear of what may happen. Place it all into His hands. Give Him your financial worries, the bills, the unexpected expenses, the shrinking savings, the concerns about retirement, the thoughts that wake you up in the middle of the night. Place them into His hands. Give Him your loneliness, the empty rooms, the quiet evenings, the phone calls you wish would come, the people you miss, the conversations you wish you could still have, the seasons of life that are gone. Place them into His hands. Give Him your grief, the tears you have hidden, the memories that still hurt, the losses you still carry, the prayers that seemed unanswered, the disappointments you have never fully released. Place them into His hands. Give Him your regrets, the things you wish you had said, the choices you wish had been different, the moments you still revisit in your mind, the burdens you have been carrying for years. Place them into His hands. Onebiwan, slowly, gently, without fear, because God is strong enough, faithful enough, loving enough to carry what feels impossible for you to carry. Take a slow breath, and as you exhale, let something go. Perhaps just one worry, perhaps just one fear, perhaps just one burden that has lived inside your heart for too long. You do not have to solve everything tonight. You do not need to understand everything tonight. You only need to surrender. You only need to trust. You only need to rest. Repeat quietly in your heart, I release it. I trust you. I let go. I rest in you. Again, I release it. I trust you. I let go. I rest in you. God understands what nobody else sees. God sees every hidden tear. God knows every burden that has weighed upon your soul, and He is not overwhelmed by any of it. Not by your fears, not by your uncertainty, not by your loneliness, not by your future. God is bigger than every fear, and tonight, He is carrying what you no longer need to hold. Feel your heart becoming lighter. Feel your breathing becoming deeper. Feel your body relaxing. Little by little, moment by moment, fear is loosening its grip. Peace is entering places where anxiety once lived. The mind grows quieter. The soul grows calmer, and sleep begins drawing near, because tonight, you have surrendered. Tonight, you have released what was too heavy. Tonight, you are resting in the hands of a faithful God. You are safe. You are loved. You are held, and God is staying beside you through the night. And now, as the night becomes quieter and your heart feels a little lighter, there is nothing more you need to do, nothing to fix, nothing to plan, nothing to solve. This moment is simply for resting, for breathing, for allowing peace to settle gently over your soul. Take a slow breath, feel the air enter softly, and let it leave slowly. Again, a slow breath in, and a gentle breath out. Allow your shoulders to relax. Allow your hands to rest. Allow your body to become heavier against the bed beneath you. You have carried enough for one day. You have worried enough for one day. You have tried hard enough for one day. Now it is time to rest. Let these truths settle over your heart like a warm blanket. God is with me. I am safe. I am protected. I am not forgotten. God watches over me tonight. God understands what nobody else sees. God sees every hidden tear. God is bigger than every fear. My future belongs to God. Tomorrow belongs to God. The things I cannot control belong to God. The things I do not understand belong to God. I do not have to carry tomorrow tonight. I release my worries. I release my fears. I release my need to know every answer. I release the burdens I have held for too long. I trust you. I let go. I rest in you. Take another slow breath. Allow your mind to become quieter. Allow anxious thoughts to drift farther away, like clouds slowly moving across the sky, no longer demanding your attention, no longer asking for your energy, no longer stealing your peace. You are safe here. You are held here. You are loved here. Your fears do not define you. Your struggles do not define you. Your age does not define you. Your health does not define you. Your circumstances do not define you. You belong to God, and that truth is stronger than fear, stronger than loneliness, stronger than uncertainty, stronger than every sleepless night. Repeat these gentle words within your heart. God is near tonight. I am not alone. God is holding me. I can rest. I can breathe. I can be still. I can sleep peacefully. My heart is safe. My home is safe. My future is safe in God's hands. Nothing can separate me from His love. Nothing can remove me from His care. Nothing can take away His presence. Take another slow breath. Feel your heartbeat becoming calmer. Feel your body relaxing. Feel your mind letting go, little by little, breath by breath, moment by moment. Tonight, I choose trust. Tonight, I choose peace. Tonight, I choose surrender. Tonight, I choose rest. God remains beside me. God watches over me. God carries what I cannot carry. And because He is here, I do not have to be afraid. I am safe. I am loved. I am protected. I am held in God's hands. And now, as your eyes become heavier and your thoughts become softer, allow yourself to drift gently toward rest. Because peace is here. Peace is covering you. Peace is surrounding you. And through every hour of this night, God will remain beside you. And now, dear heart, the day is coming to a quiet close. There is nothing left you need to accomplish. Nothing left you need to figure out. Nothing left you need to carry. You have done enough for today. You have worried enough for today. You have been strong enough for today. And now it is time to rest. Perhaps today was harder than anyone knew. Perhaps you carried concerns that never left your mind. Perhaps you smiled when your heart was hurting. Perhaps you pushed through fatigue. Perhaps you kept going even when fear whispered that you could not. But God saw every moment. He saw the courage it took simply to get through the day. He saw the silent prayers, the hidden tears, the anxious thoughts, the burdens you never shared with anyone else. God understands what nobody else sees. And through it all, He never left your side. He was there in the difficult moments. He was there in the lonely moments. He was there when your heart felt uncertain. He was there when you wondered what tomorrow might bring. And He is here now, still near, still faithful, still loving, still watching over you. Take one more slow breath. Feel the peace settling deeper within you. Feel the tension leaving your body. Feel the weight of the day becoming lighter. You do not need to carry tomorrow tonight. Tomorrow belongs to God. The future belongs to God. Your health belongs to God. Your family belongs to God. Your finances belong to God. Your unanswered questions belong to God. And because they belong to Him, you are free to rest. You are free to let go. You are free to sleep. Remember this tonight. God is bigger than every fear, bigger than uncertainty, bigger than illness, bigger than loneliness, bigger than grief, bigger than aging, bigger than every worry that has followed you into this room. His love is greater. His peace is deeper. His presence is stronger, and His faithfulness never changes. Even in old age, He sustains, even in weakness. He strengthens, even in uncertainty. He guides, even in loneliness. He stays. You are not forgotten. You are not abandoned. You are not invisible. You are deeply loved, deeply cherished, deeply cared for. And tonight, God stayed with you through every fear, through every memory, through every anxious thought, through every tear. He stayed, and He will remain beside you through every hour of this night. So let your breathing slow. Let your mind grow quiet. Let your heart rest. Allow sleep to come gently. Allow peace to cover you completely. Allow yourself to trust that everything you surrendered tonight is safely held in God's loving hands. Lord, thank You for staying with us tonight. Thank You for carrying every burden. Thank You for calming every fear. Thank You for comforting weary hearts. Thank You for reminding us that we never walk alone. Guard our minds, guard our hearts, guard our homes. Cover us with Your peace. Let Your presence remain near as we sleep. And when morning comes, remind us once again that we are loved, protected, and held securely in Your care. Tonight we surrender every fear. Tonight we choose trust. Tonight we choose peace. Tonight, we choose rest. And tonight, we sleep, knowing that God is awake, God is near, God is faithful, and God is holding us. Sleep peacefully tonight. You are safe. You are loved. You are not alone, and God will remain beside you through the night. Amen.